Hello to all. My name is John Bloom. I'm an average red, white, and blue American here in the state of Oregon. Over the next several videos, over the next days and weeks, I'll be explaining how we the people, or the American people, as I like to say. I don't like to use the words we the people anymore. There's a stigmatism attached to that, unfortunately. But all of us American people need to wake up and hold our voted for government officials and bar card holders and sheriff's office voted in folks accountable for their actions or lack of actions when it comes to the aiding, abetting, theft of our properties, our senior citizens, and our children. I belong to several homeowners groups across America because I'm a homeowner who lost my property to illegal theft through bar card holders back in a situation that started in 2006 and ended in January of 2023 with the loss of my property. I belong to a group called Toll and Roll, and you can check us out at tollandroll.com or look up Toll and Roll on Facebook and or Pause Electronic Recordation on Facebook. I'll be cross-posting as best I can to several platforms because the American people have to reach out and start being that squeaky wheel that unfortunately we have to be in order to get anything done in the public realm with the government. Right now I'm running across the great state of Idaho back home toward Oregon. I've been on the road for a week doing a cross-country rescue dog transport. It's what I do in the wintertime in my off-season. Take care of puppies and kittens and things because I'm a big badass motherfucker. Sorry, excuse my words. That stated, with Toll and Roll, we've been in Washington, D.C. multiple times since April, May of this last year, 2025. We were there again in January of 26. We've made headway with multiple agencies, several senators, and several governors. But anything in D.C. happens at a snail's pace or slower than a slug's pace. We're making progress, but it's a very slow process. And the more people across America we get on board, the faster that process will start snowballing. I'm going to ramble a little bit with this first video just because I'm trying to glue things together while I travel. But I'm going to start videotaping each individual person's affidavit of forgery or fraud or document illicit processing. There's several words you can use for it, but it all boils down to forgeries and frauds perpetrated upon all of us, the American people, by ultimately the bar card holders, whether that's a judge, a lawyer, an attorney, a paralegal, any of those people in those realms. And a lot of them don't understand what they're doing. They're just doing a job, getting a paycheck. But a lot of them do know what they're doing, and they've done it on purpose for many, many years. And because they're a bar card holder, they've been allowed to do it for many, many years. If you look at any judges or public employees' retirement portfolio, it's fat, and I can almost prove it across the country. Any public realm, PERS program, retirement portfolio, whatever you want to call it in your county or state, it's a public employees retirement fund, and every one of those retirement programs is fat with certificates from Wall Street, which is bloated with mortgages that got transferred into trust funds so that they can be manipulated and processed on Wall Street. That's the simple nuts and bolts of it. You can go into a lot more detail, and a lot of people can give you more detail on it, but that's the basics of it. So in the scheme of things, every judge out there has a bias towards a homeowner or a CPS fighter or an adult services fighter. Anybody that's in court fighting for their loved ones or fighting for their home and property is biased against themselves because the judge isn't wanting to rock the boat against his portfolio, his retirement or her retirement. So it's behoove them to just let it roll and let some law firm acting on behalf of a trustee or a servicer or a bank or a title company, whatever it may be, or CPS, Adult and Family Services, they're all out there. They're all in the same boat. Our seniors are being processed into guardianship by the state. Our children are being stolen by the state, put into foster care or worse. And I'm not part of that little part of the program, but a lot of people are, and a lot of people in our group are. So anybody that wants me to speak on their behalf, I will be that voice. I'm going to start processing through all of our affidavits that Doge already has and just start speaking it out and start making squeaky noises, because that seems to be the only way we get anything across. Shouldn't be that way, but that's just the way it is. So that stated, this trip cross country, I've been by myself with a little puppy dog back here. She's sleeping. And lots of time to stew and chew. So for all you guys on the pause recordation page and the toll and roll page, reach out to me through this when it shows up and let me know I can speak on your behalf. I need your name, address, and the date of the occurrence on the first forgery or fraud, which is in the affidavit already, but just put your name and state, and then I'll reach out to you once I'm home. I'm going to take tomorrow off, tomorrow being Tuesday, rest and recovery mode, because it's been a week of driving for me through foul weather. But that stated, I'll let y'all hang out for now and stew on it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I can do for you. And we're going to start banging on the doors as best we can. And then as we can continue to collect affidavits, I'll start posting those up as well. Everybody have a good and safe day. Enjoy your week. Happy Monday. We'll talk at you soon.